Hello, today I would like to show you guys my Friday the 13th collection, being that today is Friday the 13th. And I hope everybody out there is having a good day. Hope you guys plan on picking up, playing a couple of the Friday the 13th movies tonight, maybe marathon some, enjoy it. And I'm going to show you guys some of my DVDs. Well, this is my whole entire Friday the 13th collection. So I'm going to show you all the Friday the 13th DVDs. I got some Blu-rays, I got some toys, I got some masks, and I have some vinyl records. And surprisingly, I do not own any VHS, which that's how I got introduced to this series back in the 80s. I used to go to the corner store and rent these and watch them at night, and love the series. I used to watch especially the first 4 films in the series, and glad to own everything that I have here. And I do plan on picking up some more stuff as time goes on. I would like to get some more vinyl, and I would like to get some VHS tapes, and I would like to get maybe something from Germany, like some media books and some hard boxes. And I guess I'll just get into it and show you guys what I do own. And this here is the Paramount DVD from part 1 from 1980. It has this really nice lenticular. Has a pretty cool effect there. You can see the original poster art right there, and then you can see Jason's mask. Hope that's picking up for you guys. And this is the Paramount release, so I believe it is cut by a couple minutes. This is not the fully uncut. But there's the original theatrical poster right there. This is the widescreen edition. And I'm a big fan of part 1, and Jason was not the killer in the first one, as you guys already know. His mom, Pamela Voorhees, was the killer in part 1. And I thought this was a very, very good movie to start the series. And I gotta say that I think Friday the 13th is my favorite series of all time for horror. It's either that or the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but they're very close. They're neck and neck, so you can't really go wrong with either of those two. The next one here is, his name was Jason, and this is the 2-disc splatter edition. And this chronicles the 30 years of Friday the 13th. This came out in, let me see here. I'm not seeing the year. It must have been 2010, right? If the first one was 1980. Quick math, 2010 this came out. I did not get it when it first came out. I think the first series that was issued came with the slipcover. And I know there was a 1-disc edition, and this is the 2-disc edition. I think they're both out of print now. But I would not mind tracking down that slipcover someday. I don't know if the 2-disc edition came with a slipcover. I think it was just the first, or the 1-disc edition. But here for disc 1, you get the feature presentation, and then you get The Man Behind the Mask, the extended interviews of all the men who played Jason Voorhees in all the films. And then disc 2, you have the final cut with extended interviews from the directors, and then you have Dragged from the Lake, more stories from Camp Blood, From Script to the Screen, interviews with the screenwriters, the Camp Crystal Lake Survival Guide, Jason Takes Comic-Con, fan films, and Friday the 13th in 4 minutes, and much more. And this was put out by Anchor Bay, and this is a really nice set. And like I said, I think it is out of print, but it's still very affordable. I think you can go, if you don't have this, go on eBay. You could probably get this for $15 or less, I would imagine. There's the two different discs, and it was not on flipper discs, which was very nice. That's always a plus. And then this came with a voucher here for $5 off the 2009 film, starring Derek Mears as Jason, which is a very good film, I thought. And then it also comes with a poster, which is this image right here. I'm not going to unfold that at this time. But this is a really nice set. You could get this for $15 or less, and I recommend grabbing this one. That is, his name was Jason. Very, very good documentary. And next I have Freddy vs. Jason from New Line. And this is the, I think they call this the Ultimate Edition, or the Ultimate Battle of Evil versus Evil. This is the 2-disc collector's edition here. And disc 1, there you see Freddy's image. And then disc 2, you see Jason. And then here's just a flyer for advertisement for the butterfly effect. And then here's like a little insert. It's not really a booklet. It's just a two-page. It just shows you or tells you about what's on the bonus disc, and then it has the chapter menu there with the iconic poster. You can see Jason between Freddy's legs here across the room. And I really enjoy this movie. I know a lot of people crap on this film, but I happen to really enjoy it. And I like I mean, there's so many good scenes in this film, but I like the iconic final scene when Jason lops off Freddy's head and he's carrying his head across, and Freddy opens his eye and winks at the camera. Credits start to roll. I thought that was pretty cool. A good film, not to take serious. And then here is a fan film that was made probably about, I think it was about 12 years ago or so. Long before Facebook and long before any of these Diabolic DVD and all that stuff. There was a website that was for horror fans to kind of congregate. You know, everybody gathered around and chatted in this little website, or they would post things. This was way before MySpace and Facebook and all that stuff. This was just on the World Wide Web, and there was a guy on this particular page who, there was two guys actually. They were younger guys, and they wanted to make a fan film about Jason versus Leatherface. So this was their take on the so-called, Jason versus Leatherface, and the film was not very good. This was a freebie, and I'll show you guys. It was I give them credit though for trying, and they have I don't know if you can see this little paper sleeve here. They put it says bonus, thanks, and then it was just there was a ripped copy of the soundtrack of the film that they put together. It was two guys, and then this was a DVD rip, a burned copy, and it was put out by a couple guys named, let me see if I can pronounce this right, Frank Palangi and Aaron Lambert, and they put it out under their title here, Logic 7. And I don't know if you can find this at all. I don't even know if you'd want to. And, I watched this one time. I didn't even make it all the way through. It was not very good. I apologize if you guys are out there watching somehow, some way you came across my channel and you're seeing your DVD 12 years later, which I doubt, but just wasn't my thing, guys. And I'll probably never play it again, but it will stay in my collection. And it is part of technically it is part of the Jason collection, so Friday the 13th. Let's see, I got one more DVD thing to show you guys, and this is the limited edition ultimate collection of the Friday the 13th. This is the deluxe edition, 1 through 8 DVDs. Also comes with a small replica plastic mask, and then it comes with some 3D glasses. And you see the little sticker down here, it says it's number 5,125 out of 50,000 made. And I'll probably never open this up. There's really no reason for me to. This is DVD now. I have since upgraded all these to Blu-ray, so which you guys will see here in a little bit. But I thought this was a nice little set here, and these are unrated. This is from Paramount, I believe. Yes, this is Paramount, and it says it comes with, I'm not sure why it's not picking that up. It says it comes with the deluxe edition DVD movie collection parts 1 through 8. Has an 8-page booklet, 2 pairs of 3D glasses, a limited edition replica of Jason's hockey mask, and tons of special features. So you can see that it has the 8 discs with no art, but it does come in that little, it's like a digibook style packaging, which I don't like, for DVDs, because DVDs are very easy to scratch, and when you slide them in and out of that cardboard, you are going to wreck your DVDs eventually. I don't mind it so much for Blu-rays, because Blu-rays do have that extra layer of protection, and it's very hard to scratch a Blu-ray. You'd have to be pretty negligent to scratch a Blu-ray, but DVDs, on the other hand, are very, very easy to scratch. So you're going to be very careful with those. And I have a couple Blu-rays here I'm going to show you guys. This is the 2009 Friday the 13th, starring Derek Mears as Jason Voorhees. This is the killer cut. And they will be coming out with a new Friday the 13th in January of 16. So a couple months away from that. I'm looking forward to that. And this is the R-rated version, and I love this movie. I really do. A lot of people crapped on it, but I thought this was one of the best Friday the 13th films to date. I thought Derek Mears played a great Jason Voorhees. I thought the opening scene in this particular film was one of the best I've seen in the Friday the 13th series, and I thought that first kill where that young lady was swimming, and then she tried to get away from Jason. She hid underneath that dock, and he takes that machete and he plunges it into the top of her head, and he lifts her through the water. Beautiful. I mean, that was just amazing. So this is a 2-disc set. This is the Blu-ray here, Killer Cut, and then this is the digital copy. I would like to see an unrated edition of this, if it exists, but this is the R-rated version, even though it's called the Killer Cut. It is R-rated, and hopefully someday they will come out with an unrated. Here is a must-have for any horror collector, whether you like Jason Voorhees or not. This is a Camp Crystal or Crystal Lake Memories, the complete history of Friday the 13th in this Blu-ray DVD combo pack. It's a 5-disc set. It's 2 Blu-rays and 3 DVDs. And it's made by 1428 Films, who also made the Never Sleep Again documentary for A Nightmare on Elm Street, which that's another one. It's like a companion piece to this. I recommend getting both of those. And this has hours upon hours of everything you need to know. It's the complete history of Friday the 13th. And the red discs are the Blu-ray. So you got disc 1, disc 2. And then these 2 discs are DVD. And then if you ordered from their website, which was 1428films.com, I don't know, you guys can't see that. They threw in a 5th disc, which is a little extra bonus features that were not included on the Blu-ray. So, I mean, they got you covered here. There's nothing you need to know more about Friday the 13th after you watch this. And this is probably one of the best documentaries in my collection. I have quite a few documentaries, but this is it's right up there at the top. So that is a must-have. And then, of course, here we have the Blu-ray tin that came out a couple years ago. And this is 12 films on 9 discs. And then there's a 10th bonus called Killer Bonus DVD. So it's a 10-disc set. And again, it comes in a like a digibook style, but these are Blu-rays, so you got nothing to worry about really. Just be careful with them and you'll be fine. You don't have to worry about scratching Blu-rays. You would almost have to purposely try to scratch a Blu-ray to scratch it. So I'll show you guys a little bit about the inside of this. I know a lot of you guys have this, but I just want to show my collection off in case some of you guys don't. There's a book called the Crystal Lake Memories, which was, this is kind of a sample size version of there's a big hardcover book called Crystal Lake Memories, and this is like a little sample size of it. This is a 40-page book, and it's packed with tons of nice glossy photos and some nice write-ups, and it's just a very, very nice piece to have in this little box set. And then you get like a little Camp Crystal Lake patch here, which I'm never going to put it on any clothes or anything, so it's just going to sit in this little box as a collectible. I like little mementos and stuff like that. And then you have the couple pairs of 3D glasses, which I have some plastic glasses that if I ever watch 3D movies, I wear the plastic glasses. I can't stand these paper glasses. They're so thin and they cut the tops of my ears. So I actually have some, they're almost like sunglasses, but one lens is blue, one lens is red. I picked those up some years ago. I actually have 4 pairs because my kids have one too. They each have their own. So when we do watch 3D films, that's what we watch. And then you have here I'm just going to kind of flip through this. And here's part 1. Here's Pamela Voorhees. There's part 2. And my favorite here is part 3. And part 4, the final chapter. Those first 4 I watched so many times on VHS back in the day. And then here you have part 5 and part 6 together on one disc. You have part 7 and part 8. That is The New Blood and Jason Takes Manhattan. That is on one disc. And since it's Blu-ray, you don't lose any quality whatsoever because it's there's a lot of space to store info on there. So you got Jason Goes to Hell, The Final Friday, and then you have Jason X, which a lot of people crap on this movie too. I happen to love Jason X. I think it's a great drive-in type movie. And then you have Freddy vs. Jason, which I thought was outstanding. I really enjoyed it. And then you have the 2009 Friday the 13th, starring Derek Mears, and then you have the Killer Bonus DVD. So I mean, I really love this set. It was a little expensive. I think I paid like $110 for this at Best Buy a couple of years ago. I'm not sure if it's gone down in price over the last couple of years. but if you don't have this one by now, you should probably look into getting it. You might, sorry about that, guys. I have to, otherwise my OCD kicks in and I don't want to have to, I don't know what this little elastic band is on the front. It just says, I told the others, they didn't believe me, you're all doomed, and it just has, it's too small to be a wristband, and it's too large to be a wristband, and it's too small to be a headband, so I'm not sure what it is. I just kind of keep it on that book right there. And then I have the J card here. A lot of you guys say you throw that away. I'm not sure why anybody would throw stuff away from their box sets, but to each their own, and whatever you guys feel like doing, it's your own thing. So I have this, that I bought this little Jason Voorhees. It stands about 10 inches tall, and it has a little button on the toe here on the shoe. And the battery's pretty low right now, but it has little scenes from the film. Here, I'll let you guys listen. Oop. His head's supposed to turn, and then his blade goes up and down. But like I said, the batteries are very, very low.
Jason, Mother is talking to you.
I also have a Freddy Krueger in that style. It was 20 bucks, and it's worth it, I think. You know, I should probably put some new batteries in there. Here is a vinyl pop figure, Jason Voorhees, from #1 from the horror line. This came out a couple years ago. Nice little figures. I'm not a big fan of pop vinyls necessarily, but I do like the horror line of the pop vinyls. I know some people have hundreds of these, and they love them all, and they get, you know, everything from The Hobbit to Harry Potter to you know, anything in between. Wrestlers they have, and they have, I mean, there's so many, anything you can think of they have a pop vinyl for. I just like the horror ones. And there's Jason Voorhees. Let's see, I'll show the masks next. Here is my Friday the 13th, the game edition. It's like a light blue that came from the Nintendo game back in the, I think it was late 80s, early 90s. And it's a full-size mask there. It's never been out of the package. I don't ever plan on wearing these, but I thought it was pretty cool to have as a Jason fan, collect the different masks. So you know, in the game, he had a purple outfit and a light blue mask, and I'm not sure why they ever did it like that, but it's kind of like a running gag, and then I think they ran with it now. You know, looking back, it's like, why the hell would they have a light blue mask and a purple outfit? But I have a figure I'm going to show later in this video, and you'll get to see the purple outfit that Jason wore in the video game. Here is one from part 4, the final chapter. You can see where he had that little bit of that wound at the left corner of his forehead up there with the hatchet blast. And you know, it's pretty cool how they have the wear and tear on the mask, and then they have like scuffs and stuff to make it look like it had been worn and worn out. And it's a really nice little piece here. You can see the back. These are from NECA. All 3 of these. I have 3 masks. They're all from NECA. Whoa, I almost dropped a whole bunch of stuff, guys. That would have been catastrophic. All right, here is, not exactly sure which one this is from. It has kind of like a bronzed, weathered look. Those of you who have followed my channel have seen me show these off before. But like I said, I just want to show all my Jason stuff in one video, so those are the 3 masks. Let's see, I'll show you the figures, and then I'll show you the 2 records that I have. This is Pamela Voorhees and Jason Voorhees from part 1. And you can see if I can get in. This is from NECA. This was a Comic-Con exclusive from this past year. And you can see the drowning, or the drowned boy Jason with the seaweed on his hair, and he's got the Camp Crystal Lake t-shirt and his little shorts on, and there's his mom, Pamela. And then there's some weapons up at the top. They have an axe, and then they have a knife. And I thought this was a really, really cool addition here. There's a closer look at Jason, and then there you see him with his shirt off. So that's from part 1. This is, they call this one Sackhead Jason from part 2. This is before he found the mask, which he found the mask in part 3, and he's had that mask from part 3 on. Thought this was really cool. He's got the pitchfork and the machete. And he's also has a pickaxe up here at the top. One of my favorite characters. You can see his eye peeking through the sack hole up there. And then there's a different view of him when he's holding his pickaxe, or his whatever you want to call it. And then here is the Nintendo edition again. And this is, you can see he's got the purple clothes and the light blue mask. That's what he looked like in the video game. And then he has his axe and his hatchet. I really need to get better equipment when I'm filming this stuff so you guys can get a better detail, better viewing of it. And then there again on the back you can see how he looks when he's posed with his machete. And then this is how he looked in the game when his mask came off and his face was purple, same color as his clothes. And here is one from part 4, the final chapter. A little bit heavier Jason. I apologize for that glare, guys. I'm trying the best I can to show you this without... It's almost impossible to show these blister packs without getting some kind of glare. But there you can see how he's posed with a couple of his weapons in his hands. And then the last one I have here is from part 5. This is A New Beginning, and this is the character Roy, who was the ambulance driver. If you guys remember that from part 5, which I thought was a good, nice little change up for the series, to have a different killer for a change. And this is a different mask. You can pick that mask up. It's got 2 little blue markings on the mask instead of the traditional silver and gray, or gray and I'm sorry, red and gray, or red and silver. That's what the traditional Jason mask looks like there with the color on it. The one that Roy wore in this movie was blue. And then he comes with some bloody weapons. He's got a big, like a hunting knife, and he's got a cleaver, and he's got a hedge clippers, bush trimmers with the blood tips on there. And then there you can see him posing with some of his weapons. Okay, and I have 2 vinyl records to show you guys. This is Friday the 13th, the series. So this really has nothing to do with Jason Voorhees, but since today is Friday the 13th, I thought I'd bust this out and show you guys. And let's see here. This is from Paramount as well. And it has a total of 11 tracks, and it's almost an hour long altogether. Yeah, I'm not going to pull the records out. I'll just show you guys. I'll kind of pan over here and show you guys some of the things, some of the images that they have from the TV show. Some of you may remember this. It was in the same vein as like Twilight Zone and shows like that. Tales from the Dark Side, Tales from the Crypt. It was a series like that. And then here is this is from Mondo Records, I believe. It's from Waxwork Records, and this is Friday the 13th Part 2 LP, and it has really nice artwork there. And this is a gatefold here. It shows some more images on the inside. Has some little write-ups down there, and a picture of Jason with the sack head from Part 2. And then on the inside there's a poster, and then there's a little sheet with write-ups. The poster looks like this image here. I'm not going to pull that out. And then on the back you can see Pamela Voorhees' head. He still talks to his mom. His mom talks to him, actually. And then you can see here that there's 17 tracks. And music by Harry, excuse me, Harry Manfredini, and this is probably one of the best soundtracks that I have on vinyl. So guys, that's my Friday the 13th collection. I did not mean for it to go 25 minutes. I apologize for that. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I like watching your guys' Friday the 13th collections, and I'm going to keep checking those out. And stay tuned. Tomorrow I'm going to take a little walk with Hannah. I'm going to go through the woods, and I'm going to give a little contest update, and I'm going to give some shout outs tomorrow. And yeah, today is, let's see, 1 week from today is when the contest ends. So if anybody plans on getting into the contest, you still have a week, so there's no rush. But I've liked what I've seen so far, so thanks guys for those of you who have submitted a video entry, and good luck to you guys, and I will catch you next time. Thanks for watching. Take care, and happy Friday the 13th.